Hola mi gente, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean. This is We Are Investing, a channel that's dedicated in investing and personal finance. And what we're going to be doing on today's video is we are going to compare Webull versus Robinhood to figure out which is the better brokerage and which one's better for you based on your trading level of expertise or your trading or investment style. Now, before we dive in, if you're interested in more content regarding investing and trading in the markets, then this channel is for you. And hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and smash that like button. Also, check out our playlist. We have playlists for Webull and for Robinhood diving into the details. Whichever brokerage you use, we have you covered. So let's get started. We're going to break this video down into categories. And the first category is simplicity. Without a doubt, Robinhood is the easier app to use. It's real quick to learn how to trade stocks on Robinhood because it's extremely simple. There is no app out there that is going to be easier to use than Robinhood. But with that being said, it is very basic. So once you learn how to trade stocks and you want something a little bit more advanced, Robinhood is not going to have you covered. Webull, on the other hand, is a little bit more complicated, but it's not very complicated. There are apps that are far more complicated than Webull. It's just not as simple as Robinhood. The next category, and this is extremely important, is charting for technical analysis to identify key levels of entry and key levels to take profit. If you're not interested in trading stocks and you just want to buy and hold forever, then this might not be important for you. But if you're going to be active in the markets and you want to trade stocks, then you have to do some pretty detailed technical analysis to identify opportunities. In Robinhood, this is the typical chart you're going to see. It's a line chart. It's very basic. They have a couple different time frames set down below. You have your 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 month, 1 year, 5 year. And basically what you're going to be able to see is real quickly what the stock has done. If you click on the screen and move left or right, the stock price is going to change to reflect the date of which you are at. And it's going to tell you how much the stock is up or down to that date. But that's basically all that Robinhood has to offer. It's a very basic form of charting. Webull, on the other hand, is far more advanced. If you look at Webull, you can have candlesticks and you can look at different time frames, which is extremely important. Right now, you're looking at the 1 hour time frame, meaning that every candle represents 1 hour. But you can look at the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, or if you click down where it says 1 hour, you get other time intervals up on your screen as well. For instance, you can use a 5-minute chart. You can zoom in and out. And also with Webull, you can draw on the charts, which is very powerful. For instance, if I want to draw a resistance line here, I can. I'm just going to go to my charting tools. I'm going to hit draw. I'm going to go to my horizontal line and I'm going to draw resistance right here on this 5-minute candle and let it be. If I hold my finger, it's going to give me the information at that candle as well. For instance, right now, it's going to tell me what the open price was, what the close price was, what the high and the low was, and also the volume for that candle. What you can also do on Webull is you can set an alert. So down at the bottom of the screen, there's a little alarm bell. You're going to click on that. And let's say that I want to have an alert if Apple breaks above that resistance. So that was around $165. I can create that alert and then I will get a push notification when Apple actually gets to that price. Other things that you can do on Webull for charting is you can take a look at some other indicators such as the RSI, the MACD. You can have moving averages shown. You can have VWAP shown. You can look at many other indicators on Webull. Webull will also show you some technical signals as well that are already in the system. So we're looking at the 1 day for Apple and you can notice how there's these green circles and red squares. Well, if you click on one, it's going to tell you what that technical signal is. For instance, this one is a short-term bearish technical signal that's an engulfing line, and that was on 7/22/2022. So Webull has many more tools and is a much better app for charting and technical analysis. The next category are options. And a big thing with options is that technical analysis to identify the strike price that you want to buy an option or sell an option at. But as far as getting your order filled and going through the process of submitting an order, which app is better? And in my personal opinion, I think that Robinhood is very simple, so it's really easy to create an order in options. In Robinhood, if you wanted to trade an option, all you have to do is click on that trade button, hit trade options, and then it makes it super simple. Your expiration dates are above. It's going to ask you if you think the stock's going to go up or down. To create spreads, it's also very easy. I'm not going to dive too much into it, but it's a very simple process. It's much different than any other app out there because of the way that Robinhood is set up to make it very user friendly. And that is why it's really easy to create an order for an option in Robinhood. Webull, on the other hand, is the traditional way that you're going to see an options chain. So it's a little bit more complicated, but it's nothing that I haven't seen before or anybody hasn't seen before if they trade options. It's the traditional way of doing it, which makes it a little bit more complicated than Robinhood's simplified method, but it's just fine. But if you never traded options before, you're going to have to learn how to read an options chain, a traditional one like is shown on Webull, and go through that process of actually buying a put or a call or selling a spread or whatever options trading strategy you're doing. So with Robinhood, it's easier to trade options. You just can't do that technical analysis to identify those key levels. The next category is looking up stock news. So on Robinhood here, if we wanted to look up news for Apple stock, we would scroll down and then here's our recent news and we can hit show all and we can filter through these. You're not going to get a ton of information here. And if you scroll down even more, here's your analyst ratings, your earnings, your related lists, and that basically wraps it up for everything that Robinhood has for Apple stock. Webull, on the other hand, is far better. If we hit the news tab for Apple, we can see what the public opinion is. We're going to get way more news articles, and we're even also going to get a feed of people talking about Apple. This is basically social media for stocks when people can comment on what they think is going to happen with the company. If there's any news that they want to say, they can comment themselves. And you can also get the official news from news articles on the news tab, which is far better than what is provided on Robinhood. So Webull, without a doubt, is going to provide you way more news when it comes to the company and the stock. And it also has that feeds function, which is basically going to allow users to comment their personal opinions and to comment on some things. Now, as far as trading hours go, Webull is better. With Webull, you can start trading stocks at 4 a.m. Eastern time. With Robinhood, they just revised it. They made it a little bit longer. And now you can start trading stocks at 7 a.m. Eastern time. But before that, it was 9 a.m. So as far as extended hours go, Webull is much better. All right, the next category is stock research as far as fundamentals go and financials go. And in this regard, I think Webull is one of the best apps out there because they provide a lot of information on their application. Now with Robinhood, we went through what is shown on Apple stock. If we scroll through again real quick, you can see that this is basically all that is provided for Apple stock. So you can't do a lot of research here. You're going to have to use another application, another software to do more research and more due diligence on this company. However, on Webull, you might never need to leave the app in order to do your research because if we go to the company tab, here we can take a look at all of the financials for this company. We can take a look at key indicators like EPS, earnings per share. We can look at the income statement. We can look at net income, total revenue, operating income, the balance sheet, and the cash flow. And if you wanted to take a look at the actual SEC filing, if you wanted to take a look at the income statement, you can by clicking on that. And here you can look at quarterly or annually. This is the information that's on the SEC filing. And you can also look at year-over-year growth. If we go back to the screen we were just at, you also can scroll up and you can look at all of the press releases. So any press release that's out there for Apple is going to be listed within Webull. Heading back to the financials portion of the company tab, you can also get a financial brief where Webull is going to give you a quick breakdown of the earnings performance for Apple. If you scroll through here, you're going to get some information and you're also going to get some quant ratings for the stock based on its performance. The analysis tab is also going to show you how many analysts have been looking at the stock. In total, we have 47. The price targets, you're also going to get a quant rating for the stock, and you are going to get some technical analysis that we saw on the charts. They're also listed here. And then if you click on the stock and you click the down arrow, you're going to get a lot of information like the price to earnings ratio, the price to book, the price to sales, the dividend yield, the shares outstanding, the free float, the next earnings date, and the existing dividend date. There's a lot of information on Webull here. You might never have to leave this app when researching a stock, which I think makes it very powerful. So without a doubt, Webull is the better application for doing stock research. And then the last category are free stocks. If you sign up with Robinhood, you're going to get one free stock. It's probably valued at like $5. If you sign up with Webull using the link down below, you're going to get 6 free stocks valued up to $12,600. So just by signing up with Webull, it's going to pay you 6 free stocks. You got to use the link down below. You got to deposit 100 US dollars. Once you do that, you can take it out, but you're going to get those free stocks. So in my personal opinion, which is the better brokerage? Now, we didn't cover everything out there, but as you can see by the information that I displayed to you, Webull is more powerful. It's the better brokerage overall. It has more capabilities and is going to suit you better in the long run. Robinhood is great if you don't plan to be active. You're looking for something extremely easy and simple. You might have never traded a stock, never done any research, and you just want to get your feet wet. Then Robinhood might work for you, but it's only going to last so long. Now, I traded using Robinhood for maybe 3 to 4 years right out of high school. It was super easy. It was the only brokerage out there at the time that was offering $0 commission. And that's what drove me to Robinhood at that young age, because it was easy to use. They weren't charging you anything while other brokerages were. However, times have changed. Webull doesn't charge any commissions. Robinhood doesn't charge any commissions, and a lot of brokerages out there charge $0 in commissions. So in my personal opinion, if I was straight out of high school and looking to trade stocks, which brokerage would I start with? I would pick Webull this time around, because once you become familiar with this application, you're not going to have to move over to something else so quickly. It's going to be good for you for a very long time. You may never have to leave Webull. I personally trade on Thinkorswim because it's the most powerful brokerage out there, and it allows me to do the technical analysis that I want to do. But I could do a lot of it on Webull if I wanted to. I just think Thinkorswim is top notch. But Webull is really good. Robinhood is just very easy and simple. So it all depends on what you're looking for. Now I'm going to throw affiliate links down below for Webull and Robinhood. Use them if you plan to sign up. And like I said at the beginning of this video, whichever brokerage you use, I have videos going over how to use it, the tools that they have, in detailed videos regarding the brokerage, whether it's Robinhood, Webull, or Thinkorswim. In addition, if you're looking for trade alerts, this channel does have a private Discord server, which you get access to by joining the Patreon. A link is provided down below. It's going to cost you less than a Starbucks a month. It is only $5. And on that Discord server, I'm going to notify you of all of my trades, and other members will also post their trades and their research within the Discord server. The link's down below. It's $5 a month. But outside of that, I thank you so much for your time. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. This is We Are Investing, and together we are invincible. See ya.